Hey guys, it's Mike here at Deconstructing the Game. Welcome back to another episode of the Debug Diaries. Today I'm going to be going through some of the debug options in the Prologue, and we're going to be seeing some potential car parking spaces that were cut, a cut Wakako gig, and I'm also going to show you how to fly around in a BD as well. Let's get to it. So in the last video we went from number 1 to number 20 in the Prologue options in the debug menu, and this time we're going to start off in number 21, and here we start off outside V's mega building, and this is a continuation of the first gig we do with Jackie, and we're meant to meet him and go to Vic's. Unfortunately there's no NPCs available, but I did notice something rather strange, and that was our vehicle icon was inside this garage, on which earlier I had speculated that this could have been a potential personal garage for V. That was never added because the elevator goes down to the depth here, and obviously our car is in here for Jackie to spawn at the very start of the mission. But unfortunately there's no proof, it's just speculation, but you can see some craziness happening on the bridge where the police roadblock is meant to be in Watson, highlighting that many of the vehicles in Cyberpunk are still very much on rails. I was hoping to take this big beast out for a rampage around Night City, but unfortunately it's not actually real and you can't jump inside it, so I was a bit disappointed about that, but maybe some modders can make this a fully functioning vehicle and we can have some fun with it. Option 22 has you start outside the apartment after you rescue Sandra Dorset, and you can finish this all the way up to the first time you meet Vic in the chair when you're getting your cybernetics installed. There's a few glitches where you can't shoot and you don't have any guns, and the game ends once you're in the chair with Vic. Skipping ahead to option 24 because number 23 is just a black screen with nothing to do. 24 is the gift mission where Debug gives you a new cyber deck, and pretty much that's it. And then 25 is in the apartment again, trying to rescue Sandra Dorset, but you can't go any further than the elevator after completing this mission, so it's a no-go. It's just, again, another broken script inside the game files. Number 26 is an interesting one for two reasons. The first is I don't think I've seen this reload animation before, and the second is that this is again outside Sandra Dorset's apartment, but instead of driving in the rain, you're driving at daytime, and it's really nice outside. So I wonder if they were kind of experimenting with different times of day for this mission, or if it just so happens that the weather hasn't loaded in properly. But it was a nice change for me, and I thought it was rather interesting. I thought it was a nice change to see max tac attack during the daytime as well, and during this there was a weird glitch where just after one of these guys gets blown away, the game freezes for a few seconds, and it's rather amusing. You can go all the way to your apartment in this script, but unfortunately as soon as you go to sleep, the game ends. Option 27 has you start outside Misty's shop and you go and see Vic, and as before, the game glitches in the chair and you can't go any further. Number 28 has you start in the apartment just after returning from the rescue mission, but unfortunately you can't go any further because it tells you to go and get some stuff out of your stash, and the stash doesn't actually exist, so when you go downstairs to see Jackie, he won't respond to you and you can't progress any further into the game. Now I want to pay special attention to number 29 because in my opinion this is a cut Wakako mission within the prologue before you actually go and see Sandra Dorset. Check this out.
AV, I have a job for you. A client of mine is making an arms deal. He needs protection. It could get hot, very hot. The gun dealers are maelstrom. Alas, nothing ever transpires as planned with them. You better gear up for this. So V, are you willing?
So as you can see, there's two options there to speak to Wakako. One is a full screen and one is just a small holographic box without Wakako's face, and I pretty much knew instantly that this was a cut gig because I've been here before and they've replaced this gig with a hidden gem. So usually when you go here in the game, it's a hidden gem where there's robots kicking about and you can pick up something from a briefcase, but I had no idea that this was planned to be anything bigger. And because it's listed in the prologue, I'm pretty sure that this was meant to be kind of a mission before you go and rescue Sandra Dorset, and that's why you know Wakako in that mission and you have her contact details. And I went back here in the Xbox Series X and just to confirm, that Wakako didn't call us, and it is in fact still a hidden gem. You can also see this in the piggyback maps as well, where it will actually stipulate in detail that this is a hidden gem location. Option 30 crashes immediately, so we're going to hop over to number 31, and there's 4 different options. You'll start off outside Lizzie's bar and they'll ask you about your community. No idea what that means, but the first one kicks you out back into the corpo start, where you jump into the AV and land at Mox's club for the very first time. The next one down actually doesn't do much at all. It just spawns you into the car park, and you can see Evelyn and Judy at the bar, and they don't say anything to you. It's just, again, empty script, nothing else happens. And the other 2 down below, again, nothing happens as well, so I've kind of just skimmed over that on to the next one. Numbers 32 and 33 are quite interesting because they are both the first brain dances you get in the Mox's club, and if you use the free fly mod within the brain dance in the editor mode, you can actually fly around portions of Night City in brain dance and it won't kick you back in. It does get extremely dark towards the edges of the map, or like a distance away from where the brain dance is actually being conducted, but it's a unique view of Night City and maybe some modders can do something with this. One thing I did find disturbing is that Adam Smasher in this scene doesn't actually go down the elevator and stays there for the remainder of the BD with Evelyn and Yorinobu Arasaka. Kinky devil. You can also visit V's apartment as well, just to see how things look. There's multiple areas you can visit in the brain dance editor and free fly. It's very dark in some places, as I said before, but it's quite unique, and the aircraft carrier for Arasaka is also docked in the bay as well, and you can look at that in brain dance mode as well. Option 35 drops you outside the afterlife, but there's no mission markers, there's no NPCs kicking about, and the only thing I found interesting was this unique marker above this information shard, which I'm guessing was meant to be an exclamation mark but was flipped upside down, or I guess it could mean I for information. Never seen it before, so I thought I'd showcase it here. And since there was nothing doing, I was gonna go and have a look around, so I decided to check out the half-baked armory in Rogue's room in the afterlife. We're going to skip ahead all the way to number 45 because everything else we've covered before, that's basically the tutorial boxes keep popping up. Some of these don't even spawn, so we're going to skip right to number 45, and this is you spawning outside the tutorial again. But if you go to street level, V will mention that she has a good view and it will spawn in the heist mission, but there's no mission markers, there's no enemies, there's no NPCs, and even after flying to Konpeki Plaza there's still nothing going on. So I'm not sure why you would spawn here if this was for the heist mission, but it's the debug menu. 46 is you after Arasaka dies and the enemies are kicking about at the lobby trying to stop you leaving. You don't have a gun, so it makes it very difficult to actually get out of here. You have to be very stealthy or just run towards Delamain, and then you'll end up getting chased by the robots. You don't have a gun as before, but you will perform the action of actually shooting the gun. And in some cases, if you aim really well, you can actually hit the robots as well, and it will take you all the way to the motel. But there's no Dexter Jashan, so as soon as you get there, the game is pretty much done. And then number 47 is you and Jackie again in the lobby after fighting the guards. Back to the motel, and Dexter Jashan is nowhere to be seen. So again, this is just one of the scripts that ends at this apartment building. So that's it, guys. That's number 20 to 47 in the prologue of the game debug menu. So I'm going to be doing this all the way up until CD Projekt Red release a new patch or DLC for the game, just because it's something different and I've not seen anyone doing it on YouTube so far. There have been a few people that have found new missions and stuff in the debug menu, but I wanted to have a look for myself and just go through the entire list and print it out. So there is a list on Patreon just now for public viewing all the way up to the ones we've seen today. And then once I release the next video, I'll post a public list on there as well, just in case anybody wants to look at them themselves and maybe discover some new things in those debug menu options. Possibly there's some files in there that we've never seen in the game before, so I'll let you guys discover that if you wish. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Mike, this is Deconstructing the Game, and as always, I'll catch you later.